These are my top 5 power tools that every homeowner should have. Stick around to see what number 1 is. Let's get after it. So we already went ahead and we added our drill and our impact to our top 5 general tools. Here are 5 more tools, 5 more power tools that I think every homeowner should have. First off, I'm going to start with the right angle grinder. I absolutely love this grinder. I use it for just about everything, metal wise at least. Cut off, strip, put a stripping disc on there for mill scale or paint, cut off wheel for metal, or a grinding disc to grind down. You can get so many other attachments for it, whether it's for concrete or like a wood carving attachment, or I used to have one with a chainsaw on it. Like, you can do so much with right angle grinders, and they make so many different discs and accessories for these things that I think this is definitely the number 5 tool on my list. Now, is it the first thing I'd go out and buy? Absolutely not, unless you find yourself working in the garage a lot or working with metal a lot. But I would definitely add it to the list. That's why most starter kits do come with one. Now, if you don't want to shell out the cash for a battery operated one, and really I don't use the battery operated one that much. What I find myself using a corded one more times than not, only because the battery doesn't last long on these ones. You're running so many RPMs for so long that it'll just drain a battery. Even a 12 or an 8 hour, it drains right away. So I like to go out and I just buy the cheap Bauer ones from Harbor Freight, 30 bucks maybe. You can find them on sale depending. But plug this bad boy in and you got power for as long as you need it for. So this is my number 5 tool. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 tool on the list, the hacksaw or the sawzall. Either one will do just fine. I'm a fan of the hacksaw. I like the shape of it, the size of it. I can get into corners and stuff. And I use this tool for absolutely everything, whether it's pruning bushes outside or cutting limbs off of trees after a storm, or cutting nails like you saw in pieces of 2x4, or cutting bolts off of my truck or Jeep, or whatever you can think of. They sell the blade for it, and this has the power for it. So I think that this is number 4 on my list that every homeowner should have. You always find something around the house, whether it's those rusty bolts. That copper piping is really good for PVC piping as well. Make your line, put your PVC on there. This is probably one of the most versatile tools that you could have. Between this and a sawzall, it doesn't really matter. It takes the same blades. It is what it is. I'm going to put this number 4 on my list, but I'd almost move this up to like number 3 or number 2. But it's a solid 4. Solid 4 for sure. Maybe even a number 3. Let's pull up number 3, and then you guys can make it decide. Decide in the comments which one is more important. This one or my number 3. Let's get after it. My number 3 tool on the list, the circular saw. Now, this is another one of those tools where you can buy corded. Same with the hacksaw or the sawzall. You can buy the sawzall corded. And I'd almost go with that, because you're going to be in there underneath the car or whatever. Like, you're going to want the power that the corded has for those rusty nuts and bolts. Same with the circular saw. Unless you're up on roofs or doing this shit every day, like, go with the corded circular saw. They're cheaper at Harbor Freight. But this is what I have. I have the 6.5 inch. I also have the 7 1/4. And I have the 7 1/4 in corded. I like the corded one when I'm in the garage. I have everything set up and I'm cutting something that needs battery power, or not battery power, and I'm cutting something that needs a lot of power for a long time. I like the corded one. If I had to go over and redo it, I would just buy the 6.5 inch one. I don't think I'd go up to the 7 1/4 unless you had the need for it, or you're a contractor and using it every day and you had a special purpose. The 7 1/4 is nice for countertops. Like, you can cut everything and your backsplash. It is significantly heavier than your 6.5. If I'm outside cutting up firewood or cutting just a sheet of plywood in the garage or whatever, I always reach for this one. Lighter weight, more compact. It gets through everything that I need to do. So this is going to be my number 3 tool on the list. Drop a comment down below whether you guys think that the hacksaw should have been number 3. I think that they're pretty close. depending on what you're doing. This is probably better for just homeowners, brush outside or pipes or whatever. This is probably better if you're doing a full renovation. Let's get to number 2 on the list. Number 2 on the list is something that I've had up here the whole video, so let's get after it. All right, my number 2 tool on the list is the shop vac. Whether it's a small one like this battery operated Milwaukee or my large rigid one down there that you saw me sucking up water with, every single homeowner should have a shop vac of some sort. Don't be using your wife's $150, $60, $300 Dyson to vacuum up your drywall and water mess. Just go out, spend the $50, $60, $70, maybe even $100 on a good shop vac. These are nice. These are nice if you have to go into a home and do a little HVAC maintenance, or maybe small little water spills after a plumbing project, or hell, put it in your car even. Keep it in there and then shop vac your car on a regular basis. That's what these are good for. Now, if you really have a lot of shop vacuuming to do, if you clean your garage regularly, if you sop up water like I do, this is pricier. So definitely go out, just get yourself a corded rigid. And it's cool, in the summertime it turns into a leaf blower, so you can just walk around your yard and leaf blow the leaves. I'll do a video on that coming up here soon, so that maybe to get a little bit of leaf blowing and shop vacuuming it together. But this is my number 2 tool on the list. I use them all the time, whether it's the little one like this or my big one. Can't go wrong. All right, now for my number 1 tool that I use probably every single day. Yeah, probably every single day. It's my favorite tool. It's a newer tool, and a lot of you guys know what it is, and you probably own one, but this is my number 1 tool. So let's get after it. My number 1 tool, the multi-tool. Oscillating tool, vibrator, whatever you want to call it. It is my absolutely favorite tool. I think a lot of people could agree with that. You can put wood blades on there, multi-use blades, metal blades. They got boxes for electrical outlets. You just press the tool in, it cuts the whole outlet box out of drywall. Like, these tools are amazing. This was the first gen Milwaukee one. It's dying. I use it so much that it's starting to fall apart on me. So I went ahead and I just threw the sanding pad on there. And I use this for all my detail sanding, and I keep the sanding pad permanently on there. And then I went ahead and I picked up the new fuel with the quick release on it. Open up your tab, release your screw at the bottom. You can change out blades quickly. Has a light on the front. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of debate in the comments whether you get the M18 or the M12. I'd go with the M12 for one reason, and that's pure size. Now, you can get super compact with this back end, and whether you're in a closet cutting flooring or going up higher, every little bit counts on this back end. Now, if I got a freaking end like this on it, you know what I mean, with an 8.0 battery sticking out, you're not just heavy, but that limits where you can use it. So I like this one. Fits the hand perfectly. You can get up in the ceiling with it, down on the floor with it. You can really get wherever you want. So this has got to be my number 1 tool. So this top 5 power tools was super cut heavy, as we can see. Multi-tool, grinder, hacksaw or sawzall, circular saw. Super cut heavy on this one, but they all do different things and have different uses. These ones are pretty similar between these two. You can do a lot of things that you can do. There's a lot of things you can do with this one that you can also do with this one, and vice versa. It's just this one's going to be a lot more power for when you got to cut larger items. This is more detailed type work. This is mainly metalworking, whether it's those old fence posts or deck railings or whatever you guys may have out of metal. This is going to be perfect for that. And this is for cutting large sheet goods, plywood, flooring, whatever you want to cut. This would take the place of like a table saw and a chop saw. Those are definitely 2 good investments to make if you want to get into tools and you want to start getting into woodworking projects or housing projects. Definitely pick those 2 up. I can do a video on them as well. But for sure, if you're going to buy any of them, if you just got to buy 2 of these tools, multi-tool and a shop vac. Those are the 2. If you can just buy any 2, buy these two. These ones are going to be the best. If you can, buy all 5 of them though. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop a link down in the description below to these 5 tools. I'm setting up my Amazon store for you guys, so it should just be separated top 5, top 5, top 5, what I use for every different subcategory. Now I'm getting close to the end of my top 5 videos here. I got about 1 or 2 more left to show you guys a couple more tools that you should have in your tool bucket, and then we'll go through the tool bucket at the end, tally it all up, and hopefully we keep it under that $1,000 mark. Now, if there's any other tools that you guys want to see, whether you're installing flooring, a kitchen counter, doing an HVAC work, or a water heater, and you want me to point out the tools that you need, drop that down below and I can definitely make a video on it for you guys. But anyways, I got to get out of here. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys. Peace.